again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lab Rats. I'm Lloyd, your guide, and today we're going to be working on an interesting little project. We're going to be using two machines, our Cricut vinyl cutter and our sublimation machine, also known as a heat press. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how we can use vinyl to cut out our own designs for objects like this. It's Baby Yoda! So without further ado, let's jump in and see what it takes to get something like this done here in our lab. First things first, we're going to need to find an image that we want for our design. Here I found something online, very simple. You can also create your own if you have the ability. After that, we'll need to upload it to the Cricut design space so that we can use it in the cutting software. In order to do this, we're going to create a new project, and then we're going to go to Uploads on the left-hand side. From here, we're going to upload wherever we stored that file, so we'll have to find the location. After we've uploaded it, we'll see a preview, and we can choose how we're going to help remove sections. It can be a simple section, it can be a more complex thing. With this, it's fairly simple. After that, we'll see a preview, and we can determine if we need to remove any other sections. And then from there, we'll choose if it needs to be a print and cut or just a cut. For this, we're going to use a simple cut. Now that we have the file, we can import it to our project area by going to Images and selecting the file that we just uploaded and made ready for cutting. Make sure that you mirror the image whenever you're doing a iron-on or vinyl press. After that, we connect to the machine and make sure it's set to the proper setting. In this case, we're going to be using iron-on. From here, we'll set our material on our mat. Make sure that the shiny side is down when doing any of these iron-on style vinyl cuts. And ensure it sticks to the mat completely by using the tool provided in order to remove any air bubbles and ensure full grip. Once we're done, we'll set it in the hopper and load it in the machine. From here, the software will pick up that it's ready, and we just hit cut to start. And now we wait. Once the process is done, we'll remove the material from the mat and set the mat off to the side. Now I have a lot of extra material here, so I'm going to cut out only the design and use the excess for other projects as I need it. Now we're ready to peel off the majority of negative space. This will also require a tool if you have fine detailed parts. This tool is available for use with the machine as well. As you can see, I'm simply removing those empty negative spaces from the design, and the final product will be that lined image that we saw when we first downloaded our file. bit of the final here. Now, the next thing we need to do is prep our sublimation machine. To do this, we turn it on, and we're going to make sure that the temperature is set for what the vinyl is set to melt to. In this case, 305. After we've set that, we're going to let it start to heat up. First thing to do is, if you're using any sort of cloth, usually we want to apply that to the heat press and flatten out, get any wrinkles out of it if possible. You can also do this with an iron, but since this is just a giant iron anyway, we're going to use this machine to do it. We'll also need something to stand in the way of the heated plate itself, so I'm just using a little bit of foil. You can also use parchment paper, anything that's not going to be affected by the high heat. Set that down and press for about 15 seconds, remove, ensure there's no wrinkles, and then set your material. Once that's done, press again for another 15 seconds, and then you can remove that plastic sheet that covered it. The vinyl cutting is now applied.
Well, thank you again for stopping by, Lab Rats. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, please give it a like, give it a follow, give it a comment. Let us know how you enjoyed it or what you'd like to see. We're always interested in what people want to see us doing here in the Innovation Lab. Also, if you would, follow us on our Twitter, on our Facebook if you're already there, and on the HCPL YouTube channel so that you can see what's going on. You can also check out our Instagram, that's at Tomball Library for all of those, to see another little side project that we got going on where we're building a 3D printed face mask for an upcoming game here. But that's going to be it for this time. Thank you guys so much for joining, and remember, this is the way.